welcome again. This is Rita with Sent with Love from Rita, and we are going to be doing another in our series of Hello Friend. And in this series, I am also working with these color combinations, and I'm going to be doing a set of masculine thank you notes. And so I'm looking at these tones here in order to do a masculine card. I love these blues with the browns and the ivory. And then we're going to be using the Hello Friend to be able to create these thank you notes. So I'm going to begin with the first one and let's get started. All right, so for our first step, I have two pieces of paper. One is the cardstock that's 6.5 by 5.5. And then a piece of more linen paper, and that is not from Stampin' Up. It's textured and it's ivory and it's linen. And I'm going to do a background. And again, this was a Stampin' Up background. I love it. Gorgeous handwriting. And I want to stamp this piece of beautiful linen with that stamp. So what we will be doing is using the second brown color, which is the crumb cake. And I'll be just turning this over because I want to be able to see that I have completely covered the wording that I want to cover. And that's easiest done if you flip it over instead of trying to take the stamp and put it the other way. I want this handwriting to be perfectly aligned across this paper. And so we'll just put some pressure on there. All right. I'm not going to be too concerned about the middle, but do you see how that middle did not take even though I pressed hard? We'll see here how this will be coming together. And there'll be things in the center, so I'm not too concerned. That's my first step. So the second step is cutting a secondary piece of the chocolate chip and a secondary piece of the linen. And we're just going to repeat this step again. And I've inked up my pad. And we want to make sure it's square so that underneath us it's not kittywampus. Now I'm going to be bringing in more of that periwinkle blue color that we want to be introducing, and I'm going to bring it in the form of paper. And I want this stamp that's super cute, thinking of my friend today, as part of my thank you note. So we'll get some Versamark on that, and then I'm going to be cutting this circle out with one of our circle dies. And so now I just get on my clear embossing powder. Okay, and here's the circle die. It's the smallest die from my Stitch Shapes Thinlits die, and you just have to be very careful to get that circle exact, and you don't want it to go anywhere in the machine. So this is where I always keep my washi tape right next to me. Following our color combination, we have two more colors to introduce. This is the lighter of the brown, and this is the darker of the blue. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to bring in my sponge dauber, and I'm just going to add some color to this card on the edge and soften the edges of it. And also that will help us to bring in that darker blue that we want to incorporate. So it's kind of fun to follow these color combinations because they help you stay on track and keep your colors, you know, when you're creating, you're thinking, okay, how could I bring that color in? And how could I incorporate more of this or that? Well, the soft ivory is just kind of a background color for that lighter brown as well, which is in this little tag that I made. And I just kind of eyeballed it. It's fine. I'm going to take a little off of here and just kind of softly come in and give a mottled look to this darker tone. Okay, so this is the final of this card. And what I ended up doing was taking a gold and ivory faker's twine, kind of like my silver and white, and I used that behind our little tag. First our flag, and then this cute little button tag that says thinking of my friend today. And then I put a little bit of a copper sequins there to kind of look almost like a metal piece that's attached to the card. So you have a masculine sense to this card with the colors. And we brought in the darker tone that made this look very vintage, along with the vintage handwriting. And the way that it comes and goes right here looks very cool and vintage. And this is the one time where artistically you still have to get these squares to be square as best that you can, because otherwise it won't look professional. And then also to get this flag to be square and plumb here. And then I kind of came down about a third of the way down of the card. Inside it will say thank you. And so this is our masculine thank you card with the color combination. And I'm just going to bring that color combination in one more time. Okay, these are the colors, again, with our darkest dark, which was chocolate chip, that lightest tone, which is crumb cake, the vanilla, the more periwinkle blue, and then the Pacific Point blue. But you can see now that the ivory isn't as dark as it appears next to the screen. But I'm really happy with how that turned out. It was simple and elegant and still masculine. And we even got a little bit of sparkle in there, but in a masculine way, almost like it's a nail head. I will see you again soon with our series on our color combination and Hello Friend in combination. You have an awesome day. Send some love, and I will see you in the next card with Sent with Love from Rita. Bye-bye and God bless.